Welcome to part 2 of the Module 6 review. So we're just going to kind of go through the second page, and then I'll probably cut that video and go through the third page and make these a little bit more manageable and bite-sized, but we're doing that. So if we look at this first one, number 7, it looks like we have a little sequence, and we're trying to find the rule that ties them together. So if we look at this, if we're going 5 to 10, and then 10 to 20, and I understand there's negatives, we'll deal with that in a minute, it looks like 5 to 10 we're multiplying by 2, 10 to 20 we're multiplying by 2, so 20 multiplied by 2, I think that would probably give us 40, multiply by 2, 80, and then multiply by 2, 160. Now, notice that we go negative, positive, negative, positive, so maybe it's not that we're multiplying by 2, maybe it's we're multiplying by negative 2, so 5 times negative 2, positive 10, times negative 2, negative 20, so that means the 40 should be negative, but when we multiply that by negative 2, we have negative 80, positive 160. So describe the pattern in words. Multiply by negative 2. So that's what we're doing right there. Okay, so number 8, we're looking at this. It's about the 5 members of the English faculty gathered to discuss their favorite book. Each person greets each other person exactly once. How many different greetings were there? So I'm going to draw this out a little bit. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. So everyone greets everyone once. So this first person greets 1, 2, 3, 4 people. The second person greets 1, 2, 3 person because they already greeted that first person. They don't need to greet them again because it says exactly once. So plus 3. The next person greets 1, 2, 3. Oops, 1, 2. Geez, wow. Not very good at counting today. 2, and the last person greets that 1, so plus 1. So the total number of greetings, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10. So 10 total greetings right there. Okay, so moving on to this next problem here. Little Bubba has a big bag of Halloween candy. He has 14 Snickers, 12 Twix, 7 Reese's, 2 Hershey's, and 1 box of Junior Mints. Okay, so what are the chances he'll reach in and grab out a Reese's or a Snickers? So this is a probability question. So we need to know, first, how many total candy bars there are, and that's going to be the denominator. So if we have 14 plus 12 plus 7 plus 2 plus 1, we're getting a grand total of 36 candy bars. Now, we're finding what are the chances he reaches and grabs a Reese's or Snickers. How many Snickers do we have? 14. How many Reese's do we have? 12. So all told, that's 21. So that would be 21 36, which we could divide 21 by 36. That's going to give us approximately 58.3% chances that he's going to grab a Reese's or Snickers, and I'm making the assumption that Little Bubba's male. I hope that's okay. What are the chances he grabs anything but a Hershey bar? Well, there's 36 total, and then we could do this. We could think, what is the probability he does grab a Hershey bar? That's 2 out of 36. If we divide that out, that's going to give us 5.5%. So if there's a 5.5% chance he grabs a Hershey's, the percent chance that he doesn't grab a Hershey's is going to be 94.5%, or 100 minus our 5.5, so 94.5%. Okay? What is the probability that he grabs the Three Musketeers? Well, how many Three Musketeers were there? Well, Snickers, Twix, Reese's, Hershey's bars, and Junior Mints looks like 0. 0 out of 36 is 0. There is a 0% chance that he'll do that. In fact, it is impossible for Little Bubba to grab out that Three Musketeers bar that he so wanted. Okay, so this one I guess is about me. Brad brought donuts to work. He left a third of them in the Mac. Of the remaining, his co-workers in the hallway ate 1/4. After that, he took them to his department meeting, and they ate 2/3. There were 6 donuts left after the meeting that he took home to eat by himself. How many donuts did he take to work? So we had some donuts, and then took them to work, and a third of them went away. So if a third of them went away, 2/3 of them stayed. Okay? Now, after that, there were less donuts, so I'll call it D sub 1. So, gave some donuts away, in fact, gave 1/4 of them away, meaning that I didn't give 3/4 of them away. Okay, after that, went to my department meeting. So there's less donuts here, D2, after we got the 4th away. After that, took them to the department meeting, and they ate 2/3. So 2/3 of the donuts went away. Of course, that means that 1/3 remained. So at the end of this, there were 6 donuts left. So at the end of this, there's 6. So kind of working backwards, we can say 1/3, I'll do some blue, I guess, 1/3 of D2 equals 6, multiplied by our reciprocal, 3/1, 3/1, and we get D sub 2 equals 18. So there were 18 donuts here. 18 donuts, which makes sense. 2/3 of 18 is 12. You take 12 donuts away, you're left with 6. Now, to get back to the D sub 1, we know that 18 represents 3/4 of the donuts we had at D sub 1. So D sub 1, 3/4, that's going to equal 18. So, when we have that, we're solving this, multiplied by the reciprocal once again, 4/3, 4/3, cancellation over here, so D sub 1 equals, so 3 goes into 18 6 times, leave me 1 and 6. 6 times 4 is 24, so there were 24 donuts at this point right here. Now, to get back to the beginning, we know that these 24 donuts represent 2/3 of the original amount of donuts. So we can say 2/3 of D equals 24, multiplied by the reciprocal, 3 halves, 3 halves. Over here we cancel, we get D equals, 2 goes into 24 12 times, 12 times 3 is 36. So originally, Brad brought 36 donuts to work, or 3 dozen donuts. That is, how many donuts I guess I brought to work that day, which is not uncommon for me to bring donuts. So that's kind of consistent, I guess. So with this last one, number 11, it says the printer in the media center can print 1 page every 30 seconds. The printer in the office can print 4 pages every 30 seconds. So printer 1 page every 30 seconds. Printer in the office can print 4 every, so that's our P sub 2. Okay. If the media center starts 10 minutes sooner, how long will it take the printer in the office to print more than the media printer? So this is classically, to me, looks like a table, so I'm going to draw a table. We have, I'll say media printer. Actually, we'll use the media printer as P1. The printer in the office is P sub 2. So we'll do hopefully that's going to be enough boxes. So we're going to do minutes up here. So in minute 1, if the printer in the office can print 4 pages every second, the media printer prints 1. At the end of 1 minute, printer 1 is going to have 1 and 0, because this one hasn't started yet. At the end of 2, we're going to have 2 and 0. At the end of 3, 3 and 0. So I think we can extrapolate the end of the 10th minute. The media printer is going to have 10 printed, but now the office printer is just going to start. So this is 0 still. So in the 11th minute, the media printer has 11, but the office printer is going to have, oh crap. So I read every minute, not 30 seconds. That's not good. So I'm just going to change the problem. It's not really going to be all that different. If we say every 60 seconds here and every 60 seconds there, now we're good. We're just counting in minutes. And the same will work out with every 30 seconds. I'll do that in a second. So at the end of the 11th minute, printer 1 prints 11, has 11 done, and printer 2 has 4 done. At the end of the 12th minute, well, printer 1 has 12 done, and printer 2 will have 8 done. At the end of the 13th minute, 13 will be done by the media printer, and 12 will be done by the office printer. And at the end of the 14th minute, we'll have 14 done here, and we'll have 16 done there. So it'll be in the 14th minute if these do it every minute. So that would be, how long will it take the office printer to print more? Well, between the 13th and the 14th minute, that's when it's going to happen. Okay, so now I'm going to run through the problem if we do the 30 seconds on there. So the media printer and the office printer. Now, the media printer is 1 per 30 seconds. The office printer is 4 per 30 seconds. So, and we'll kind of do this, and it'll give us something similar. Now, I'm going to use these as in the terms of 30-second segments. So if we have one 30-second segment, the media printer did 1, office printer did 0. The second 30-second segment, media's got 2, office has 0. So how many 30-second segments are in 10 minutes? Well, 2 of these would be 1 minute, so that'd be 20. So we can extrapolate this down to the point where we have 20. The media printer will have 20 pages printed, while the office will have 0. So now, if we go to the 21st 30-second segment, we'll have 21, and this will have 4. So at the end of this 20-second 30-second segment, we're going to have 22, and we'll have 8. At the end of the 23rd segment, we'll have 23 and 12, and this pattern keeps going. So 24, we'll have 24. Add 4 to this, we got 16. 25th, we'll have 25 and 20. 26th, 26 and 24. 27th, well, 27th segment, we'll have 27, and we'll have 28. So it's between the 26th and 27th 30-second segment that's going to happen. Now, 26 30-second segments would be 13 minutes. 27 would be 13.5 minutes. So if we look back at the question, it's asking us, how long will it take the office printer to print more than the media? Well, it will take about between 13 and 13 minutes and 30 seconds. So, hopefully that made sense. Sorry that was convoluted. Gonna upload this and then do the next one here in a bit.